Hello, Void. It is January 18th, 2022. I am coming up on 300 and something micrograms of LSD. I don't know exactly. So it's it'd either be 4 something or 3 something. I don't know. And I wasn't sure if I took enough. So I was like, I don't feel anything, and my pupils are not dilated at all, which I find very strange. But it keeps like going back and forth from I don't think I took enough to should I have taken this much? Because I don't even remember exactly the last time we took this. Apparently, from the trip reports, from looking back at them, if I'm going by those, it was last year. So, the beginning of December, everything looks so fucked up to me right now. Like, I'm not seeing full-on hallucinations, but like, this eye is like way higher than this eye. And when I'm looking at the carpet, there's so much movement. And I am just shaking because it's fucking cold too. It's wicked cold. And I'm just trying to go back over trip reports and see where I'm at. You know, like while coming up on LSD, because why the fuck not, right? And I'm just going over the same old shit, and it's getting weirder and weirder the more I'm watching it because of the LSD, not from actually what is happening in the videos that I'm watching. But it's just, for me, it's starting to look weirder and weirder. And I think I'm just dissociating more and more. So I'm like, is that really us in the video? There is some things that I wanted to talk about, and I don't remember what they were. I'm hurt. I do remember in the last video, or second to last video, I don't remember anymore. One of them, I mentioned our arm was hurting a lot, and yes, there's a reason for that. We have tendonitis or something, tennis elbow. So we have to wear 2 different braces, like one here, and it helps. It does help. Because we can't take ibuprofen, which does help as well, because we did end up getting desperate because the pain was so bad that we had to try something. And ibuprofen does help, but we've already had a couple ulcers, and we don't want that, because that was one of the most painful experiences of our life. I remember the first one we had, like, we couldn't use our hands anymore. That's how like bad the pain was. It was like, we were trying to hold the phone to call someone for help, and we couldn't hold the phone. It just kept falling out of our hands. Like, we couldn't grab onto it. We don't want that back. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We've been doing very shittily. We've been not well. Since stopping ketamine, I thought we were going to be okay with the microdosing, which I guess we're still okay. In the sense of we're not actively planning anything. We're not there. No planning. But the urge to remove the left eye has returned. I mean, I'm not obsessed with it. So it's not like taking over my whole fucking thought process or anything like that. It's just, I find myself, I guess, a few times throughout the day and at night, just, I don't know, wanting to fucking take out my eye. The left eye. I don't know what that would accomplish. We used to have a list of reasons, Donatello and I. But we know that those reasons didn't make any fucking sense. Now. But anyways, we have been doing very shittily, very depressed. I'm like, oh, we got new computer. We can play games and stuff. But we still can't fucking do anything. Nothing fun. It took us forever to fucking get our schoolwork done too. We're doing horribly. But what can we do? Nothing. See how bad this gets. But decided that we've taken a long enough break from LSD and just fucking do it. I had more left than I thought, which is cool. But I'm running low if I want to do this regularly. Because we're not okay. And no help is coming. We passed our class, we think. Barely. But we got a C anyways. And that's what we needed to keep getting assistance. We need to maintain a C, I guess. C or better. Yeah. Good looking better. Fuck. For me, it feels like forever since we've done this. It's so warm and comforting, but so shaky because we're still in the come up stages. I know a thing that we've been missing as well. Obviously, this keeps coming up. DMT. We're still afraid. It's like, yeah, we should probably do it on its own, not mixing it with anything. But I just don't see how we can do it. I don't see how we can get over the fear and just do it while we're not under the influence of anything. Because Lucy makes things safe until she doesn't. This is very weird. This looks very weird to me, but it's not insane. Like, I'm making a bigger deal out of it than I feel what I'm actually going through. I can't tell. We're cold. We're very cold. We are suffering. Physically and mentally, we're suffering. We're sick of it. And Headspace has gotten so much more quiet. Unless we're fucking high. Because, yeah, you can get fucking stoned. And most everyone wants to fucking talk. But I can't be high all day, every day. All day, every day. Did I say that right? I feel like I said that right. Yes. can't be high all day, every day. And that works for some people, and that's great. But for us, it doesn't fucking work. We can't get shit done. We can't get motivated to do anything when we're high. Where we come up with a ton of ideas, but no follow through. So it activates our idea parts of our brain. But yeah, that's about it. Then we're like, yeah, okay, we came up with an idea. Time to fucking sleep and forget about it. Completely. I don't know if, like, because we've been talking to outsiders, is that making everyone feel like they don't have a purpose? Because I was thinking about isolating more, if that would help. But I know that is extremely unhealthy. And it's not like we're talking to people on a daily basis. It's pretty much through texting. That's it. On like fucking Facebook and shit. That's it. That's our social interaction. Which we gotta fucking stop, by the way. Because it is just like ripping out our will to live. Because I don't know what the fuck. Okay, first of all, if Mark Zuckerberg is not autistic, I don't know who the fuck is. So why is he cool with all these like anti-autism ads that I keep fucking seeing? And I keep reporting them, and I'm not someone who reports anything. So this really started to fucking get under my skin because I kept seeing them like for eugenics and, you know, like, oh, could this have caused your child's autism? It's like, no. Do you know what caused your child's autism? You did, you fucking idiot. It was either you or the person you banged. One of us is responsible. Because that's how autism works. It's fucking genetic. It's not a disorder, you idiots. But I keep seeing these fucking ads. And it's seriously getting to me just because of like looking through the comments. And some people are genuinely misinformed and they just don't understand. Like, that's why I was not okay with, you know, coming to this conclusion, because I didn't understand what autism was. I also, like many others, associated it with intellectual disability, which it is not. It's just a different neurotype. Society is just set up to fucking bow down to the neurotypical and just not the neurodivergent. But if we are, you know, given the correct accommodations and everything, we thrive. I mean, there's so many autistic people that have like done so many great things for science and all this stuff. And what is that? I'm sorry. Distractions. Distractions. Visual distractions. It's okay, I think. But anyways, these ads are making us feel sick inside because it's like a constant reminder of how welcome we are not. And it's like between struggling with that and the self-acceptance of DID and just mental illness we just feel like we don't belong here. But we don't know where we do belong. But we know it's not here. Nobody wants us here. Well, I don't know what's happening. I honestly don't. I don't know what's happening right now. But there is a lot happening for us. Which is nice. We need this. We do have some leftover ketamine. And I don't know if we should be taking it while we're taking LSD. Because we don't want to merge, integrate, or anything like that. Not that we really think that that will happen. It's just a thought that got put into our head from someone else who had a bad experience with LSD because they experienced ego death. There's just a lot of shit happening visually right now. Just it's it looks weird. Things look weird. And it's cool. I don't mind. It's nice. It's a nice break from how we normally process shit. Because even though things may look and feel strange, it's not overwhelming. Like it normally is for us every fucking day. Just processing outside stimuli gets over fucking whelming when you don't process it correctly, especially. Which is why we probably have always spent so much time at home, because it's like you have some sort of control. But then we get bored. I always get very bored. That's what we were thinking today. Because we're afraid, because we haven't been doing this much at all. Because we're, building up all this fear around it. I think it's from the MDMA, honestly. Probably. Amped up anxiety. Where are we going with this? Right. Like, well, I don't know if we really should do this today. Maybe we should put it off, because that's what we keep doing. Keep putting it off till next time. Next time we're scheduled for a dose, then we'll call out with the LSD and stuff. No, next time. I'm like, if it's not going to be today, fucking when? Just fucking do it. Insides are not happy right now. Downer. That is definite downside of psychedelics. Is a lot of them wreak havoc on your digestive system. Not pleasant, especially when you already have issues. Like chronic acid reflux. But I was careful, took my medicine, all that shit, even though I woke up with chest pain today. Like, fucking great. Because, what could make that better? Some fucking LSD. So far, we're good. No pain. I mean, in the upper half, no pain, just pain in the guts right now. Whatever. I'd actually much prefer that than chest pain. Because that shit gets out of control fast. And it's like, I don't know how much is too much to handle before psychosis sets in. We do something fucking stupid. Because, yeah, that's another thing that I'm worried about. Like, if the migraines are going to pick up, and because one lovely side effect of the migraines is psychosis for us. Like, if we have, like, several days of migraine in a row, we start to lose our shit a little. And then a little becomes not so little real fast. So far, I don't think we have been experiencing psychosis, although, like I've said, the urge to remove the eye is back. Also, we are suicidal. Not planning anything. But it's just, we should probably step back from social media. We don't know what we're looking at right now. Oh my God. I am having a lot of trouble processing what I'm seeing. Because what I'm seeing is a reflection. But the reflection to me doesn't make sense. But LSD, right? Okay. I don't know. We're just talking through this to talk through this, I guess. To keep us here, we're not afraid of drifting off. At first, little sparks here and there would be like, oh, maybe we took too much. But no, it's never enough. Aside from the pain, but that's just because my system is fucked. My digestive system is fucked. Mental system as well, I guess, whatever. That is not what I was talking about. I cannot, for the fuck of me, process what I am seeing. It doesn't make sense in my head. It doesn't, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal, so why fucking worry about it? I seriously thought that this wasn't gonna do shit because our pupils were so small. And it had been a half an hour. I'm like, this is it, apparently. Feel some loosiness of it, but there's no visual stuff, no awesome feeling. It's just, okay, Lucy-esque, like the LaCroix of Lucy. Like I was sitting in a room with someone who took LSD. No. Oh God. We definitely took enough. Definitely took enough. We always think, though, that we should have taken more. But I don't think that this time. I think we took the appropriate amount that we needed to get the benefits that we're looking for, whatever those are, even if it's just a fucking break. Because we need a break from whatever the fuck is happening in our mind that is making it impossible to fucking move forward. Sucks. Also, weather fucking blows. And I never used to believe that really affected people's moods, but it fucking does, man. Because, like, I love going out, being able to walk, blare music in my ears. It's great. But when it's like this, it's fucking cold and it's fucking windy and it's fucking freezing, can't do it. And that was a healthy coping mechanism. The only healthy one that we had. We need to just live in a better area. Or, I don't know, or just have more money so we can buy better freaking clothes. I don't know. Fucked us again for the month. I'm so bad with money. But what are you gonna do, right? I mean, technically, the one fronting this whole time, 16. What the fuck does a 16-year-old know about financial planning? I don't know shit. I just know when the first comes, pay rent and bills. There you go. And then, fuck it. and then you'll probably have to fast for the last couple weeks of the month. Fast. Yeah. But I probably should not live alone. I should probably have a responsible adult around because we don't know what the fuck we're doing. Sorry, I'm in pain. That's okay. It will pass. I still can't figure out what is on the keyboard. I'm distracted. And it doesn't fucking matter because it's just processing time. Documentation. So when we know where we're at. So this was either 390 micrograms or 450. I'm probably not doing the math right. I had dyscalculia. What the fuck am I trying to do? Yes, visualizing numbers in your head totally works. Nope. Not even with Lucy on our side. No. But, so it's either 3 something or 4 something. 100 micrograms of LSD that we're on. And we are still doing fine. And this is after not taking it for a month or more than a month. I don't know exactly anymore. But we have been steadily dosing with mushrooms, which suck, by the way. The mushrooms themselves do not suck. I mean, the way our body processes them, breaks them down, that sucks. That sucks for us because it's too fast. It's too fast. It doesn't stay. But we're still getting some benefits from it, I believe. They're weird. A lot of pain. A lot of discomfort. Okay. We have to start taking better care of the vessel if we want it to, function correctly and keep us here for a while. Because as much as we want to tap out at times, we still don't want that choice made for us. So we're hearing a lot of stuff, so I can't really tell where it's coming from. I know a lot of stuff is from the outside, but I don't know what is from the inside. I know it's very windy out. I don't, I should be having fun, right? How? I don't know how to have fun anymore. Why can't we have fun? What is stopping us? Something is missing. Something is missing. We're afraid. Because we think we know what it means. We think we have to go back to DMT land, and we are not ready for that. I am not ready for that, teen. I am not ready for that. It's fucking scary, man. And I know take little doses here and there to make it easier. Get us used to it again. Because it's not like you build tolerance. You don't build tolerance to DMT. If you do, I think it's like for 40 minutes or something like that. But that's like it, and then it just drops. Because you can't, because you yourself produce DMT. So if you build tolerance, that would be counterproductive. Yeah. But we have to go back. We have to start using it again. We know this. But it's so scary in its perfection. It's weird. Because as soon as you start seeing things, they're so perfect, so completely flawless. That's what's jarring to us anyways, because it's like, how is this ever passed off as reality? Ugh. Because over there, everything is perfect. It's weird. And I mean that in a very, symmetrical sense. Everything is symmetrical. All the lines are perfectly straight and where they should be and everything. It's very strange. It's very strange. if I could just control the fear and go into it with curiosity. That read something, a quote, Alan Watts? I don't know how to say his name. Who is he again? We watched a thing, right before ego death, that we believe influenced our ego death. Or at least some of the things that we saw there. Talking about, because it was like, what happens after we die? Question mark. That was the video that we watched right before experiencing ego death. Interesting dude. Strikes me as fucking pretentious, as most of people like that do. But, I mean, he's right. He seems to be right about a lot of things. Can't hate him for that. Pretentious, sure. But seems to be right about a lot of things. It's so cold. But anyways, the quote had something to do with like taking away fear and looking at things with childlike curiosity. Like having that take the place of fear. It's like, that would be ideal, sure. But I was still a scared kid, so I don't really know what to do with that information. I was terrified as a child because I believed that reality was constantly unraveling around me. And I was in so much physical pain that maybe my mind couldn't handle it. Maybe that's what was happening. Because my cries for help were ignored. So it wreaked havoc on our mind. I have no idea how we survived. But it does explain why we're in pieces. Just thinking back to that place. We're not there. We don't ever have to go back. But yeah, so weird stuff has been happening though. The whole sympathy for abusers. I don't know if we brought this up before, but that's something that's been amplified. Because before we didn't feel that way. It was like, they deserve to suffer. They deserve to just not exist in the same timeline as us anymore. But we've been feeling bad for them. Legitimately bad for them. Not just the ones related to us. Anyone who's abused us, we feel bad for. Because they had to be suffering too, right? Because why else would they take it out on us if they weren't suffering? It does not excuse the behavior, though, and this has been going on for a very long time. I just mean time-wise, this video, this recording, has been going on for a very long time. I don't know what I've been talking about, except right now, the whole sympathy for abusers thing. Ow. It's weird. I don't, even though it's still technically the come up stage or whatever, I feel so comfortable here. Even though like I have like a lot of pain in my guts. Like this is comfortable here right now. Because it's like fucking, that's what LSD does, at least for us. It just like makes everything feel nice. Even your pain has a certain niceness to it. Like, it's never overwhelming more than we can handle. It's like, we got this. It's all good. We're just rambling, right? I don't know why we're still recording. Probably because we have nothing better to do. I think this is just trying to get us out of a rut that we've been in. It's like, why can't we have fun? Why can't we take care of our body? Why can't we do that basic task? And why can't we have fun? Sucks, man. Right now it doesn't suck though. Right now is great. Right now is awesome. And I don't want to end. It's weird because I know that I'm the one keeping this going, and the voice that I'm hearing is mine, that of the vessel. But I feel like as soon as we stop recording, we're going to be alone again. Weird. I don't know why that is. Probably because we're on fucking psychedelics. I don't know. We should probably chill and listen to some music, because I don't think we have anything important to say. Except how strange this is. This is strange. This is a strange situation. Like, because I'm watching this as it's recording, obviously. But it doesn't feel like that's us. I don't know. It's weird. And the thing with the eyes is weird too. Because, like, yes, I know everything is always a little off, but this is, like, quite off. Oh, my God. Some of the visuals look so strange. But it's, like, it's not even, like, I'm not seeing stuff that isn't there. It's just the way things are moving is weird. And the way colors and things shift, it's all very strange. Um, but yeah, so another thing I guess we did want to talk about is our self-esteem is still high. As depressed as we are, or some of us are. I don't know if everyone in Headspace is depressed because we're not fucking communicating properly. But, anyways, self-esteem is still fucking high. Which is, like, it gets really confusing. Okay, so I post about a lot of things because I'm lonely, I guess. I don't fucking know. I'm just trying to process what the fuck is happening in life. I post about stuff. Where was I going with this? Oh, right. So we get confused when people are like, oh, you're so much smarter than you think. I'm quite aware that we're intelligent. Like, I'm actually very aware of how intelligent we are. We have learning disabilities. But that doesn't mean that we're stupid. We know this. Or like, I don't know. It's weird because we're not trying to get people's reassurance, but it's like, so we can't figure out exactly what we're saying that is causing people to think that we feel bad about ourselves, because we don't feel bad about ourselves. We feel bad about our life. To us, there's nothing wrong with us. We're fine. Except we would like to be able to communicate with each other better. That's it. It's the outside world that's a fucking problem. So I don't understand. You're so much smarter than you give yourself credit for. Fucking, I know I'm smart, okay? My processors are just fucking slow. But eventually it all gets to the same place. But it's all about different learning patterns that we still don't know how we learn best. And we'll probably never figure that out. We know we learn physical stuff really easy. But other than that, I don't fucking know. Because reading? Nope. I don't absorb shit from reading. At least that's what it seems. Unless it's a fucking story, then that shit never leaves my head. But it's like, facts? No, that shit's boring. We don't want this here. Bye. Ugh. It's so frustrating. We kinda... We know it would be bad, but it would be good. DMT. I feel like we are getting hit hard with Lucy right now. This has got to be it, though, right? Like, this is it. We're not coming up anymore. I think we've peaked. I think. I can never tell, honestly. I have no fucking idea. It all feels the same to me. Just along for the ride. Okay. This is nice. What the fuck? Okay. That was weird. Sorry. Was I taken out? That was very strange. All I saw, I mean, of course it's bright right now, but I was like, with eyes closed and everything, bright white lights. That would make sense again because it's bright. So, yeah, and LSD. So, shouldn't be looking too far into it, but that was just a very strange feeling. And it keeps happening when I close my eyes. It's weird. It feels nice now. But it's like a shift. Stop. Oh. Yawning is weird while on LSD. Because, yeah, it's very color coded. Yeah, we need to get back to doing this on a regular fucking basis because we are doing so horribly. And we got to figure out how to get over the fear of DMT. Because that is what we're missing. It's been going on for almost an hour. Are we gonna watch through this? Really? Definitely not before fucking uploading it, we know that. We do have some plans, though, for future projects. Like, creatively speaking. Because we do miss that. We miss working on things. We miss writing. Because as a writer, there's no rules. We like that. But that also makes it impossible for us. It's like there's no rules, but you have to do it right. Okay. What the fuck does that mean? I was told, we were told, whatever, when we first started going to college, that authors think that they can write however they want because they can. Like, okay, that's fair. So what the fuck is stopping us then? We had one thing that was going to be fucking hilarious, at least to us. It was going to be hilarious, and never followed through with it because the person we were working on it with tried to fucking murder us. And also trapped us into a very abusive living situation. Our lovely creative partner. Such a friend. And we still feel bad for him, too. If that could stop, that would be great. Because we didn't deserve anything that was done to us. We didn't deserve any of that. We didn't repeat the behavior. So why did they feel the need to repeat the behavior? Or act out in a worse way than what they were feeling? And for a long time, we're like, hey, what is it about us that just brings that out of people? Brings out the bad. Because if you talk to anyone else, oh no, they're a good person. That's not true. That's not true. There's a ton of people that know that's not true at all. It's probably how we started to question in the first place, but we don't fucking know. Memories wonk. I think we're just talking just to talk. Because we don't know what to do with this. The things that we're seeing, the things that we're experiencing, we don't know what to do with it. Some of it is strange. Some of it is sick. You could go without that. But we see so much. Like in the walls. There's so much there. Through the static. In the static. Part of the static. There's a lot. And it's just weird that this shit is always there. Always. So like sometimes I see this stuff without the aid of Lucy. If I just look hard enough, I can see it. Because it's in the static that I always see everywhere. The pain in our guts is gone. That's good. There's a lot here, but nothing is happening. It's weird because it's almost like, I don't know, kind of like dreaming when you're awake. Like your mind does this weird shit on its own. Probably doesn't make any sense. But when you're dreaming, you're not in control. It's like something. Your mind is doing something on its own. And you're not controlling that. And that's LSD. Your mind is doing something on its own, and you're not controlling that. But you have input. Like how you're feeling. The thoughts in your head. Those definitely play a part. It's the feeling, mostly. Mostly the feeling. Now we're officially over an hour. But it's the feeling. that influences the trip. Because I have taken LSD while highly agitated before, and I can tell you, don't do it. Don't fucking do it. If you're mad, do not take LSD. If you're very agitated, don't take LSD. If something's getting under your skin, don't fucking take LSD. You will not have a good time. It will not be healing. It will not be productive. It will just be fucking torture. Sensory hell was what happened to us. Complete sensory fucking hell. Went outside for a cigarette. Felt like we're inhaling glass. There was like glass in our teeth. That was not fun. And I don't remember what else, but I remember it was fucking horrible the whole time. So I'll never do that again. I learned my lesson that day, whenever that fucking was. Don't take LSD or psychedelics in general. Don't do it when you're in a bad fucking headspace. And yes, they're supposed to help with that. But seriously, if you're in a negative place and you don't see a way out, that's all it's gonna fucking show you is negativity. Don't do that to yourself. But if you have a legitimate question, you're looking for an answer, that it will help you with. And this isn't some like cheesy spiritual guidance thing. Like legitimately, this has helped my problem solving like skills so much. It's like I have an issue, I can resolve it. Just these steps. There we go. If you just calmed down and thought about it rationally, wouldn't have overwhelmed you to begin with, but we get overwhelmed very easily. I don't know if it's just because sensory processing issues or because there's so many of us in one headspace, one physical body. I don't know. But we do get overwhelmed a lot. And that's why we shut down. Because it's like our kill switch gets flipped. It's like, oh, this is too much for us to fucking process. Shut it down. Because it's a lot safer that way than if we let it wreak havoc. Because who knows what could happen. We know we have some ideas of the bad things that could happen. We won't talk about them. It's not safe. But we are safe. Like, no threat of suicide, even though we just kept wishing that we weren't here anymore. But now it just doesn't seem so bad. Lucy makes things better. A lot better. Now, just get Dimitri on board and then we'll be golden. Stop being such a pussy. But, yeah. We just don't know. We don't know. So with the cartridge, because we got a vape cart of it, and we have the legitimate like powder of it too. So we have two options, which the vape cartridge is safest, I would think, but the one we were using before was from a different guy, and this guy that we got this stuff from, his stuff. Ooh, sorry. Fuck, I have to plug in my laptop. This guy, like, he's supposed to be like the best. He's supposed to have like the best like vape carts. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's like a one-hit breakthrough thing, because if it is, we don't want part of that. We don't want that. We're not ready for that shit. No. We just want some little funky visuals, little beings in the carpet, some eyes in the walls. Fine. We can deal with that. But completely going into another fucking state of existence? No. Not down for that right now. We gotta work our way up to being okay with that. Because ultimately, that's what we want to be okay with. We want to be able to navigate that world. We think it would be fucking awesome, but that's not the ultimate, that is not the main reason why we want to do this. Because it was helping us. When we were using DMT regularly, it was helping us. We felt alive. We weren't depressed. Bad feelings, bad feelings, bad feelings. Like sensory. I don't know. Being punished. I am still very confused in what I'm looking at in the reflection. It doesn't make sense to our brain. It's just the way we're processing it. Because yes, it fucks with how you process things. And that's why things will look like they're moving when they're not. Or you'll see things that aren't there. But the theory on that is that you're actually seeing reality more for what it is. And your brain isn't shutting out what it was trained to shut out. Like, because when you're a very little kid, you're very much like an animal in the sense of everything gets in. It's like you're using all your senses. But then you're trained to ignore certain ones. Oh, that isn't real. And then eventually it just fades into the background. And you ignore it. Your brain can still pick up on it, but it's just not in the focus. So there's some debate on what really happens when you're on LSD, of like what's considered a hallucination and what is just you seeing what you're supposed to be seeing. I think it's just that our brains can't handle all of the sensory input, so it gets confused. And that's why things look like it's moving, because you're just like having all this light enter your eye holes and pupils being dilated and not filtering anything out. And your brain's like, don't know what to fucking do with this. That shit's moving. It's not. It could be. I don't fucking know. The shit in the walls, don't know. Don't know what that's about. Because it's like, it's always there for me, for us, whatever. It's always there. It's just if we focus on it long enough, we see things. In the static. I just had an urge to say, I'm not insane. We're not insane. Not crazy even. We're just psychonauts. Trying to heal from trauma because nothing else fucking works. And we've already had a few suicide attempts under our belt. So had to try something new. And this is the only thing that has given us results. The only thing that makes things interesting. Like, legitimately interesting enough to move forward with. And we keep getting this bad feeling. Because we know, okay, I know we want to shut this down because it's been over an hour, but no, we understand that we are ultimately going to do something that is going to lead to our own destruction. With psychedelics. We wholeheartedly believe that we are going to blow our mind apart and like do irreversible damage. Because we've come so close before. And that eco death trip of like just standing in front of a fucking freight train and you not being able to move out of the way. And you just thinking to yourself, I did this. I did this. There's nothing you can do to stop it. You just gotta let it fucking run over you. It's fucking terrifying. And we wholeheartedly believe that is going to happen to us, but on a permanent scale. We don't want that. That's what we're afraid of. We don't want to lose us. But ultimately, we have to become comfortable with that thought. Because no matter what, it seems like that's going to happen. Because we're too afraid. We're too afraid to learn how to navigate the other world with DMT. So, upon our physical death, that is when we say goodbye to each other. Forever. I don't like that idea. I'm not okay with that idea. But Lucy wants to make it okay. Like it's inevitable, like it's going to happen soon. And that is what we've been feeling lately. For months. Something is going to happen. we're going to do irreversible damage, or we're going to die out of our control. I don't mean us committing suicide. It is something fucking random happening. I don't know. Or it is our health that is being ignored. Because we're too mentally ill to be taken seriously. Because we're just fucking crazy, right? If that were true, then antipsychotics would stop this. But it doesn't. It like fires the fuck up Damien. That's what antipsychotics do. Takes the voice away from everyone else. Gives a voice to Damien. So, we're not psychotic. We're broken into pieces. Each piece has its own issues. Which are, I guess, much easier to deal with if they're in pieces. Why are we doing this? Why are we talking for so long? Because we're trying to figure things out. We hope that we're going to say something that means something to one of us. It's going to fucking snap us out of it. Like, oh, okay, yes, this is what we need to do. The thing is, I know, like Rio, okay? Like Rio. She wouldn't let anything bad happen to us. I know this. And that's what she keeps letting me know. No matter what. She won't let us be destroyed. She'll fight. Of course she will. And I don't mean that in any condescending kind of way. Because of course she fucking will. No one knows Rio like I do. But yeah, I know she's a fighter. She is very strong. As cute and petite and everything as she is fucking strong. Cutest little guard dog ever. But, yeah. It's not that I don't have faith in her. It has nothing to do with that. It's still fucking scary. Because, yeah, as much as we want to play it off like, okay, if it wants to get weird with us, we'll get weird right back. It's like, no, that's not how it fucking works. Because it's not even about that. It instantly fucking fills you with panic. Instant. How do you get over that? You have to be good at dealing with panic. We're not. As panicked as we've been, it's just pretty much either lose our shit or pretend it isn't happening. Just be in complete denial. One or the other. So, yeah, not great with dealing with that shit. And if anyone out there, any void walkers or whatever, are watching this, why? If you're not going through what I'm going through right now, this has got to be the fucking most boring shit to sit there on. Unless you're us, because we love this shit. We love watching ourselves back and everything. It doesn't feel like us anymore, but we're so self-obsessed. And that's the truth. We are self-obsessed. But can't blame us for it. The upbringing of neglect and abuse, you can't fucking blame us for that. We only had us. So yeah, we became self-obsessed. I'm not sorry for it anymore. Because if we weren't self-obsessed, we'd be dead. So self-obsession got us this far. That was another point that we were going to make. Yeah, we have not been taking care of anything. So, yeah, patchy facial hair and all, because we're still fucking going through puberty. So it's still coming in patches. But anyways, usually we have to get high for this to happen, I think. Or are we lying about that? I don't know, because I don't know where we're going with this. I'm just along for the ride. Okay, so we're just getting ready this morning. And we're just bouncing there, looking in the mirror. I don't know why. Or like, damn. Okay. Yeah. That usually, I think, only happens when we're high. But we weren't high. Narcissism is hitting another level. But I think that has to do with more dissociation than anything, I suppose. Because it doesn't look like us. What we're seeing in the mirror doesn't look like us. It's weird. Like we're observing. But we're not taking part. It's very strange. But we've done this our whole life. That's why there's many of us. But the feeling itself is weird if you pay attention to it. Like putting that distance between what you're seeing and who you are. Like it's two different things. It's very strange. And I don't know if I can undo that. Because it just doesn't look like us anymore. But everyone in Headspace looks different. Anyways. I mean, this looks the most like we're confused. Because we don't even remember what came first. the image or the being. Reverie. Why does that make us feel sick? We're not supposed to talk about it yet. That's probably why. Donatello not want us to talk about it. We're not supposed to talk about it until it's official. This is so weird because, like, also there's a mirror behind my laptop. So it's like I'm seeing this and then seeing the mirror. Like, the mirror is my true reflection and the recording isn't. It's very weird. And if I stay still long enough, then there's patterns and weird shit. I love it. It makes things interesting. For us, anyways. And that's all we're here for. So, that's all that matters. I don't know if we're going to add anything to this. Like mushroom or ketamine. I feel like if we added ketamine, then things would get interesting real fast. But we kind of wouldn't want to do that until like we're ready to go to bed, because ketamine knocks us the fuck out. And plus, it just feels ugh. I don't like the way ketamine feels. It feels weird. Don't like it. Good lasting effects, but when you're in it, don't like it. Don't like it at all. The infusions are fucking intense. Luckily it is a fucking sedative though, because if it wasn't, you'd fucking panic. 100%. I know I would, because it feels like you're losing yourself. Breaking up. Things get staticky. Like, I'm already always surrounded by static, but it like amplifies the static. But you could see more in the static. I miss that. Like having that just happen regularly, like when I was a kid, where I could just like see the parade through the static and the ceiling. I don't know what the static is. But it just seems to be like a layer of something. It kind of separates. Sorry. Weird shit. Separates dimensions? Maybe. Theorizing here. Not claiming to know this shit. But consciousness is just vibrations. And different dimensions are just different vibrations at different frequencies. I don't know when I'm looking at this stuff. It's so strange. But it's just a wall. But there is like so much happening that I can't even describe. It's just, I don't know. And none of this stuff fucking blows my mind because, like, it's just, what blew my mind is the fact that this is all shit that I blocked out. All this stuff always happening to me. And I had to be okay with it. Because if not, what would that mean for us? We're always in a state of panic. I always felt like we couldn't breathe. Reality was always unraveling. What does that mean? If we started off that way, is there any hope? Of what? Hope of getting better. Not seeing this stuff anymore does not equal better. Just being okay. No more panic. We don't want any more panic. We could just get rid of the fucking panic. I think we'd be fine. Well, that and the fucking depression, because that just fucking zaps all motivation. That doesn't it? But the panic is what's holding us back from working on the depression part. So we have to find a way to handle the panic, because there's no way we're going to stop that feeling from happening. There's things that we could take, sure, but they might just diminish the effects. So it would be pointless. So we have to go in managing it the best way we know how. We don't know how. We don't know how. We don't know how in the moment, because, like, yes, we have all these tools at our disposal, like breathing exercises and everything, yes, and you always think, oh yeah, not a problem. When this shit happens, I got it. No, you don't. When it really fucking starts happening, no. Because your mind is so fucked up in a state of panic. You're believing everything. Every little fear, that's a solid belief. Like, oh, that's completely irrational. Yeah, but what if? What if? What if, though? Fucking hate that. Whatever. It'd be funny. I was just thinking if, like, none of the audio recorded. Just been fucking talking for over an hour and a half. And it's all for nothing. Nothing to look back on. Nothing to learn and grow from. Or even just be like, oh, this shit again. Nothing. should always test beforehand, but you know, why? When you could just deal with so much frustration later. Unnecessary frustration, by the way. I think we're good. Like, as far as the come up goes. Starting to get some chest pain, though. Not ideal. Starting to get cold again. So yeah, probably starting to come down. Let's see how fast that is for us. I don't know what we're gonna do, but we can't just fucking record the entire time. No matter how short of a time this is for us. Sorry, still trying to process what is happening, what I'm seeing. Because of all the layers, it's weird. Because it's like, okay, so there's like the first layer, and then you look at that, and then there's more under it, and then you look at that, and then there's more under it, and then you look at that, and then there's more under it, and it's like, what the fuck? You'll probably not know what the fuck I'm talking about unless you take LSD as well, and you're looking at, and then it's just like there's more, and then you look, and like every time you focus on something, there's more to it. It's never just a thing. It's more underneath and more underneath and more underneath. It's kind of cool. But because then you realize, like, that was hard, I think, for us to realize the complete limitlessness of everything. That was kind of a terrifying concept for us. There's literally no limit to anything. Things just go on forever. And there's more, and there's more, and there's more, and there's more. There's no end. There's no end. And there's no beginning. It's fucking strange. Existence is weird. No end and no beginning. It's a constant cycle. Where, like, you know, yes, there's death and birth, which people could consider ends and beginnings, but it's like you're just repeating the same thing over and over again. Not as the same person, though, because you get broken down and then redistributed, and then broken down and then redistributed. Yeah. So it's like that is supposed to be merciful to us. Ego death, like the memory wipe, it's supposed to be merciful because an existence of never anything new, because that's eventually what immortality would be. Nothing new, nothing exciting. Existence would be boring. So you need a good old memory wipe every time you come back, so shit don't get boring. I don't know why that was so difficult for us to come to terms with. I think it was just probably because of the fucking trauma of ego death itself. We didn't want any of it to be real. We didn't want any of it to mean anything. We just wanted to distance ourselves from it as far as we could. Because it was fucking traumatic and it didn't make sense to us at all. Why did we lose our phase? And then everything was taken from us. But then when that happens, you're at peace. After everything is taken from you, you're at peace. You don't even know boredom, which is great because we get bored a lot. But in that state, you don't know boredom. You're not self-aware. You're not intelligent. You're not anything. You're just being. And you don't even know what that means. You're not even questioning it. You don't have the ability to question. No thought. No nothing. No pondering. Because you are not yourself. You're part of everything. Getting ready to be recycled. That should be a good thing. That should have been a good finding. But because it was attached to a traumatic event, it left a bitter taste in our mouth. Literally so. So we get like phantom DMT tastes and smells, which just happened, I don't know if it was today or yesterday, pre-LSD, because yeah, I think it was yesterday. I just started smelling DMT, and I'm like, what the fuck? It's been a while since that shit started happening. But it could just be nothing. We really have to do it. Not now. And when? We're just not ready. It's scary. It's the panic. And the fact that you can't turn any of it off. Like, you can't hide from it. Either. Because it's like, you can't even close your eyes. Because you don't have eyes. You don't have eyelids. There's nothing. You can't block anything out. You have all these senses that you don't even know how to process. And you can't block any of it out because you don't know how. So I suppose that's what, like, being an infant is like. Just being born, and then you have all this sensory input that you don't know what the fuck to do with. Yeah, I'd fucking scream and cry too. I'm pretty sure I did. I mean, obviously as a baby, yes. But I mean, like, an ego death. I cried. Oh, for sure. I fucking cried. It was fucking traumatic. We have been going on way too long. But we needed this. We needed this. We need to work through some shit. I don't know if we did at all. I don't know. I won't know until I watch it back. I don't know what we covered. Again, like, this could be me just sitting back and making fucking animal sounds. I don't know. I have no idea. Like, because yeah, like, why the fuck have we been sitting here? An hour and 44 minutes, an hour and 45 minutes, close to. The fuck have we been talking about? Except for, oh yeah, look at the walls. Like, but really, I don't fucking know. No, okay, I know some stuff we talked about. Trauma history and whatnot. Yay. Fun. It always is with LSD, okay? Just bringing up some shit. But you have to. Like, if that's the only way to heal is to go through, then Lucy will fucking show you. Like, yeah, you gotta work on this, and this, and this. Can't hide. But at least she guides you. And I appreciate that. Because we need a fucking guide. We don't know what the fuck we're doing. We're trying our best. Everyone wants us just to shut up and take whatever pills that they give us and be happy with it. But it doesn't work like that. Because those pills make us very much want to end our life. And we don't see any other way out. We don't like that. It seriously cuts off. It confines us into this one little box. And the only way to escape is through death. So, yeah, we don't like the pills that they give us. Because we don't like feeling like that. That is a garbage state of mind to be in. And it's chemically influenced. Like, they purposely put you in that state of mind. It's super fucked up. And they're happy to keep you like that. No matter how many times you tell them, like, hey, this is making us worse. Like, no, we don't want to hear that. Shut up and take your medicine. We don't like that. So we have our own medicine now. That we get from much nicer doctors. However, is supposed to be the doctor here. They're more doctors than I am. We are. Probably, yes. Well, they definitely know a lot more about this shit than we do. Since we're still technically beginners, we've only been fucking around with this shit for a year. And it took us almost a year to develop any real fear of it. Well, no. No, we definitely feared DMT, from the start. Well, we feared LSD at the start, too. And then we realized that as long as you're in a good mindset, Lucy's all good. But DMT, it's so unpredictable. Because I swear to God, it has nothing to fucking do with your mindset. It's just it just is. It's just how you cope with being torn from this reality and put into another reality. Culture shock on a whole other level. I've said it's like fucking stepping out of a cartoon reality and seeing what's real for the first time. Shit, that's almost like our reality, but it's way more real. That's what DMT land is. Realer than this reality. So strange. Not very colorful, though. Maybe it's just my eyes over there. I don't know. It doesn't look very colorful. Very Like, reminds me of some game that's just very brown. I don't remember. It wasn't a game that I like really played. I think we have it in like our Steam library or something, some really old game. Something to do with Source or something, probably. Don't know. Don't remember. It's gone. Yeah, it's been like almost 2 hours. We gotta stop and figure out our next steps. Because we are still under the influence of LSD. Clearly, we're just not coming up anymore. But things are still moving and breathing. But weirdly enough, our pupils are not really dilated. Maybe it's just because it's so fucking bright in here, but I don't know. It's weird. Oh. Okay. Just making sure I'm not like freaking caught off circulation or something. But it's hard to tell with fucking LSD eyes because color's all fucky. And every time I move, I'm thinking that somebody else is moving. I'm gonna stop. I think we're gonna stop. I can freaking wrist brace. I like it. It makes us feel a lot less pain, but it is difficult to do anything with, which is the point.